everyone and welcome back. So today I'm going to do a full face of Maybelline products. This has been a dream of mine for years to do a full face of a certain brand. At first I was going to do CoverGirl, but then I fell off the CoverGirl bandwagon, and after buying a heap of things, because I got a really big pay this week from Maybelline, because Maybelline had a big sale, I realised that I was only in need of two things to do a full face of Maybelline, went and bought them, and here we are today. So there are a couple of things I tried for the first time, there are some things I've only used a couple of times, and there are other things I've been using for years. So some of these things are my like holy grail products. For example, the foundation. It's my holy grail everyday foundation, but there are some other things I've discovered that I really like as well. So the products and everything will be listed down below. If you guys want to see the products that I used and how I got this look for a full face of Maybelline, then please just keep watching. Hi guys, so I'm going to start off my video with my foundation and stuff like that, but first I am just going to get two, looks really weird but it'll do for now. I just want to apologise also for the angle at the moment. Like, I have had to sit on one of our dining chairs, my chair's broken, and it's a lot lower than what I thought it would be. My tripod is a lot taller, and I can't make it any lower, so apologies, but here we go. So I'm actually going to use a bit of a primer today because I wanted to try and use every type of product that Maybelline sells. So the only primer I've ever found from Maybelline is the Baby Skin Primer, and I do actually like this a lot for, you know, covering up texture, which I'm going to use right here, blurring pores and things like that. I am only just going to use this in a very small amount of spots. My cat is like screaming at my door. Just going to use it there and little bits just on the side of my face here. I would not use this all over my face, definitely not on my nose or anything, because it is just way too like greasy for that. Okay, so now I move on to foundation, and it is no surprise whatsoever that the foundation I have is the Maybelline Fit Me. Of course, this is all Maybelline. This is the matte and poreless, and it is in the shade 112. I actually do have the shade 110. I've only got like one use left in it, but it is just way too pale. I think I prefer a foundation that is actually slightly too dark for me now. It makes me look less ghostly, so I'm just going to apply this with my Chi Chi sponge. Put one small layer of the foundation on. I haven't bothered with like making a really full coverage because I am going to use two concealers. I have the Instant Age Rewind, which I'm actually going to use this underneath my eyes, and then I've actually got the Fit Me here. Both of these are in the old shades, so the Fit Me is in 15 Fair and this one is light / pale. I know they released different shades of both of these. They are the old ones. I still have another tube of the old shade of the Fit Me to like use, but obviously like when I start using the new shades I will let you guys know when that happens. So I'm just using this to build up the coverage where I need it the most, which is actually what I do like 99% of the time now. Less foundation, and then I just like sort of spot conceal, because I find that is like so much better. Going to use the Instant Age Rewind under my eyes, and I actually need to just twist it up a bit. I swear this one's actually like broken. Before I set all that, I am going to put my eye primer on, and this is the only thing that's not Maybelline because Maybelline does not make an eye primer from what I can see, and this is just my M.A.C Soft Ochre Paintpot. I'm pretty sure a couple of years ago Maybelline might have made these eye primers. I know one was matte, one was shimmery, and one was, I don't know, something else. I have no idea if they still sell them anymore. If they do, they were one of those products that never made it to Australia. So under my eyes, and to set like my lid and everything, I'm going to use the Fit Me powder. This is actually the shade 120 with this angled brush, and this is actually really nice. I'm going to put some powder on here. I'm going to just tap out everything to get rid of all the creases, and then I'm going to set it all. I would normally mix this powder in with my M.A.C white powder, but that's not Maybelline, so it's not in this video. Now, this is a product I've never used before, and I've just decided to pull it out for this video. I could use the Fit Me powder on the rest of my face, but I'm going to try the Matte Maker powder today. This one's in the shade Classic Ivory. Basically, to me, this just seems like Maybelline's version of the Rimmel Stay Matte, and I love the Rimmel Stay Matte, so I thought, well, why not? I'll just try this one, just for something different. This one's actually in a paler shade. The Stay Matte makes a lot of my stuff oxidize really bad, so maybe this one won't do that because it's actually like coloured. My cat's chasing something, going absolutely nuts, so I have no idea what she's doing. But this, yeah, it's a mattifying powder for flawless looking coverage with a matte finish. That's all I can ask for. Don't you whinge at me. Peel the sticker off. This is one of those ones that you twist, I think, yeah. And this is what the powder looks like. I'm going to use my normal e.l.f. flat top brush and just press this into my skin. It is quite powdery from what I can see. A lot of powder is kicking up. That could be my brush, but also I don't think so. It's actually looking really nice on my face. It's not looking super heavy like what the Stay Matte does. The Stay Matte does look quite heavy on my face, but that's why I like it, because it absorbs all the excess oils and everything. It actually has made my forehead look really nice and super smooth. Apologies if you can hear my cat, she's still going nuts, but she's right beside me. It actually does not make anything look super heavy on my forehead. Normally this foundation does look a little bit heavy and stuff like that on my forehead, and possibly even on my chin, but I've also used that like pore vacuum, and I used it like all where my problem areas are, so I don't know if that's because it's removed the texture or if it's this powder, but it does actually look quite nice, and it set everything down. It's all set nicely. My face has a really nice like velvet finish, and it feels really nice too, so I have a feeling I'm going to like this. I don't know how long this will make this foundation last, because I surprisingly actually still go quite oily with this very quickly. So yeah, but like the way it looks right now, it looks really good. So I've had to turn my exposure down again. I've had it down, I turned it up, and then I've had to turn it down again, because having it up was like the next notch was a little bit too much. I wish I could go in between, but I'm sorry if it looks a bit dark now, but this, you can see it properly now. Yeah, the sides of my nose don't look anywhere near as bad as what they used to, and the foundation over my nose looks amazing. Super happy with my base right now. Before I go in with anything else, I am going to do my brows, and I actually had to purchase this product because I had everything for Maybelline except for a brows product, because I've just been using like the pomade type kits, and Maybelline doesn't have one. So I did just buy this Brow Precise brow pencil, and I actually did get this in deep brown instead of medium brown. My medium brow kit looks still a little bit too warm and too orange for my hair the way it is. So this I might just like put over the top a little bit or something like that. Also because Maybelline stuff was on like a big sale, and so I thought, well, if this works nicely like as the dark colour, then like maybe I am more suited to having a darker brow colour. It's just the tone of my other one that bothers me. But basically it says it's in the colour deep brown. It says it is a shaping sharpenable crayon. What else? Brows look perfectly defined and shaped, keeps unruly brows in place. It is one I do have to sharpen, but obviously because I just got it, I don't have to. And it does come with a spoolie on one end, which is nice because everyone uses a spoolie. I am going to attempt to use the actual pencil, but that's why I don't use brow pencils, because even though it would be so much more convenient, my brows look terrible. So what I'm going to do is I have my brush on hand. If it turns out that, you know, I can't use the pencil, like always, I will just like run my brush over the tip just to see. But I'm just going to use this to start colouring in my brow. I just want to see what the colour is like first. And it looks a little bit like closer to black, but that tone looks a little bit better than like almost straight up orange. And now I'm going to have to use my brush, which is fine. It's just I'm not used to using a brow pencil at all. Like, okay, that's enough. Not touching my brows anymore, otherwise I am literally going to completely ruin them. First off, I actually do like the colour. My hair has a lot more of like a reddy purple tint to it, but I do like the colour. It's a little bit different seeing myself with quite dark brows. But the pencil itself, the formula is really nice to use. I found that this one I could pretty much just use to get a brow shape, because my shape of this brow is actually a lot better than this one. So this one I had to use the brush for, but the product is really easy to blend like through my brows. Even once I put it on, it was super nice and blendable with the spoolie, so I do actually really like it. It's really nice and easy to like mimic hair with it, even though it's just a generic brow pencil. I like the tone, I like the shade. The only thing I have to say is it feels like it will be one that smudges very easy. So me personally, probably later on would set it with a powder just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Most people I know just like to use pencils, brush it out, put some brow gel on and leave it. But I probably would put a powder over the top just because I know on me it will move around. But other than that, it actually looks really nice and I would like to use it again. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my eyes, and the palette I'm using is the Lemonade Craze palette. I've used this like a couple of times and I actually do really like it. Even though I'm wearing a mustard shirt today, I'm not going to try using this yellow because I have been using the yellow like absolutely crazy lately. So I want to try some of the other shades first. There are some shades in here I have not tried because I've been so addicted to trying the yellow one. So to start off with, I am going to use this big square right here. It's called Sweet Tea. So I'm going to use that one as like a transition shade type of colour. Well, that ended up a little bit darker than a transition shade, but I also think it's because I had other colours on this brush that were darker, so whoopsies. I'm going to try and find a brush that's not as used. Okay, so I've now got my Real Techniques base shadow brush. Sorry if you can hear my grandma sneezing. And I think today I'm just going to do like a warm basic brown smoky eye type of thing. So I am going to put a little bit of Coral Punch in my crease as well, just to like really warm it up. Not too much because I don't want it to be like flat out orange, but I do want it to warm it up a bit more. Those two colours actually blended in very well together. The other day I just kept trying to use the Lemonade Craze colour to create like a yellowy mustard colour. And I was using this other brown called Old Fashioned in the crease, and it was like the two colours did not want to like blend into each other. I don't know if it was yellow, don't know if it was the brown or what, but yeah, they did not want to like blend into each other. It was almost like there was a distinct line where the brown stopped and the yellow started. I don't know what the issue with that was. At first I thought it was my brushes, but today I'm going to try this shade next, so now I can see if it is going to be that shade or not. So I'm going to go in with this shade just here, and it's called Old Fashioned. It's like a dark brown, but it doesn't actually come out as dark as you think it would be. I was expecting it to be like super dark, but it's nice enough. This palette is nice, it is usable, it is workable, but is it my absolute favourite? No. Am I glad I got it on sale? Yes. And now as the base on my lid, I'm going to go in with the Colour Tattoo in the colour Barely Branded. As you can see, I've used a hell of a lot out of this. I probably should honestly buy a new one. This is probably expired. I've had it for like 5 years. And this colour's like available everywhere, so it's not like I don't have access to it, because I do. But it's just, I love this colour. It's probably my most used one. Actually, it is my most used one. It works just so nicely, like mixed in with everything. Works nice under golds, it works nice under peaches, even like a white to create like a different champagne base. I use this under like everything. It's probably the most versatile colour I swear I've ever used in my life. Now on my lid, I'm actually going to go in with the strawberry, is it strawberry? Yes, the strawberry lemonade shade just here. I have been using this shade on my lid the whole time, but I like all the time when I use this palette, but I want to try this one today. It's like almost like a rosy gold peachy colour, and it looks really nice. Looks right up my alley. And oh, that is a nice shade. That is a beautiful, beautiful shade. Gorgeous colour. And it goes with this eye look perfectly. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. It's got like a really peachy, I don't want to say pink, it's like a peachy gold tone. That is absolutely gorgeous. Now I am actually going to go in with some liquid liner, because I do have a Maybelline liquid eyeliner. This is the Hyperglossy one. I also do have the Master Precise, but I haven't tried that one yet. I do love this though. Obviously I wouldn't be using these if I didn't recommend the products. So I'm just going to do a small wing on both eyes. Wing that's turned into like half my lid, but whatever. This is like the only eyeliner I can use where I get a nice sharp wing straight away and don't even really need to clean it up. Like, this is awesome. And yeah, it stays kind of glossy, but it's super black, doesn't smudge, doesn't go anywhere, easy to remove, easy to use. This is where I'm going to stop before it gets way too overboard, but it's actually nice. It's still like a nice bold wing, but it's not too much. So that obviously takes a little bit to dry, so I'm going to do my lower lash line before I put mascara and stuff on, if I can find my brush. I'm not going to put the yellow on, I'm going to stick with the whole like orangey peachy theme. But I'm actually going to use the colour Berry Ice here, just as like almost like a transition shade for my lower lash line. Just because I haven't used this shade, this is the only shade in the palette I haven't used at all. That colour like did not show up at all, but I was not expecting it to. I was just using it for the sake of using it. I'm going to go back in with Sweet Tea, which is the brown shade here I used as my transition shade. And now I'm going to get a little bit of Coral Punch, which is the coral colour I just used, obviously.
And just put that over the top till it matches the depth of my upper lid.
And then smudged almost like close onto my lashes, I'm going to put this Old Fashioned colour. But not least, I just need my inner corner colour, and I'm going to use the colour Sunnies, which is the like real pale shade here. It's not quite white, it's like almost got like a yellow lemon-ish undertone, but it's a matte shade, so that's going to go on my inner corner to really brighten up my eye, and it'll, obviously because it's an eyeshadow, add some coverage in that too, just to make me look a bit more awake and alive. So the eyeshadow palette, obviously, as you can see, works. It works nicely. The shadows, particularly the mattes, do take a little bit more working with. This is only like the third time I've used this, so, or fourth, so I still have to play around with them a little bit more, but the shades are a little bit dry. However, you can get a nice look with it, obviously. The actual tones and the colors are beautiful. I find they look really nice on my green eyes. There are only a couple of shades that I think need to change. Honestly, I don't think we needed Berry Ice and Sherbet. Sorry, that was my phone. I don't think we needed both. It's basically like this is like a peachy version of that. And this color, which is called Citrus, is almost just like a glittery version of Strawberry Lemonade. So other than that, the colors in here, they are actually really nice. The palette itself is nice and small, easy to travel with, but if you're someone that likes to use eyeshadow for eyeliner and stuff like that, you are going to probably get a, you know, be needing an eyeliner itself. The brown is not particularly that dark. So my battery is running out on my camera. I'm going to move on to the rest of my face before I put my mascara on. First thing is bronzer, and I'm going to use the Fit Me bronzer. This one is in the colour Golden Tan. I do have the City bronzer, one of the City bronzers, but I thought I would just leave that for another day because I do use this one. It'll add a little bit of a glow to my face because I'm looking a tad pale, even though this foundation's a bit too dark. I have to say it's probably that powder because my foundation does not normally look this pale, this colour, but I have to say it looks really good. My foundation looks so smooth. I cannot get over how amazing it looks on my nose. Like, honestly, this is incredible. That pore vacuum thing I used is like the best thing ever. It's now my best friend. Probably a bit too much bronzer. It's made it go a bit orangey, but oh well. I don't really care. I'm not going anywhere. And besides, the orange colour matches the tone on my eyes. So it's not too bad. Now I do have a blush, and this is also something I actually had to go buy. I didn't have a brow product or a blush. This is one of the Fit Me blushes in the shade 25 Pink. They also had a nude shade, but this one looks a lot more like the colour I'd wear. I do like the Fit Me line. I've got quite a few colours. I've got quite a few products in the Fit Me line. Got the foundation, I got the concealer, I got the powder. Can't remember what else. So I thought I'd try this. I didn't want to have to buy like the blush palette or anything. I just wanted a single blush. And I haven't actually tried any new blushes in quite a while. So I love the little square packaging. I think it's really nice. It's got a sticker over it as well, like all the others. And now I'm going to open it, and it's basically just like a matte light pink colour. Very simple, very nice, but it's also one I would wear quite a lot. So I'm just going to dip my brush into it. I have no idea how pigmented it is, or you know, how not pigmented it is. So I'm just going to build it up a little bit till I get the colour that I want. There's probably a tad bit of a glow because I've had some glowy blushes on my brush. But it seems to be blending really nicely on the face. To me, blushes blush. The only time I will use one is if I don't like the colour, or if it straight up doesn't blend. But like, that's why I don't really have blushes I don't like, because to me, blushes just blush. It all just blends into the face, but that has added a really nice colour to my face, and I actually really like it. And this is the thing I was the most excited about. I decided to pick this up. This is the Master Chrome highlighter in the colour Molten Gold. I do know they released other colours, but this is pretty much the only one I can get here that I've seen. And the reason why I wanted this is because so many people have said that even though this is gold, it worked on them, like, even though they're pale. So I decided to grab it, and even if it doesn't work fully, I will still use it if it looks nice on my face. I've just heard a lot of people say these are like amazing. I have not tried a new highlighter in so long, so I just decided to grab this one, and like, look at that. And if it works on my face, it's good because I have a gold highlighter, then I can use when I'm fair. I can't use my Champagne Pop very much because I need to mix it with a white, and I need to mix so much of it that like I might as well not even use it. adds a tiny, tiny bit of that stripe on my face, but it is nowhere near as bad as what I thought it would be. I like this. It is showing my texture quite a bit, but it looks really, really nice. My phone rang and I cannot remember where I was up to, but basically I do like the highlighter. You can see it gives a nice glow to the skin. I want to put a bit more on this side because it doesn't seem to be as glowy. Yes, it is emphasizing my texture and it's like really lumpy and bumpy, but like every highlighter does that to me. I'm hoping once I sort my skin out and stuff, I can, you know, it won't look as bad because, like, I mean, it doesn't look lumpy and stuff at all on my nose. So I'm hoping if I use that pore extractor over here, it might slow it down. I've got some scars and stuff on there, so that's what shows there. But here it's all like pimples and stuff. So yeah, I forgot I'm going to try some on my brow bone if my brush doesn't fall apart. This really does remind me of Champagne Pop from Jaclyn Hill's Becca collab, except this doesn't have quite that like almost peachy undertone, but it is quite nice. I noticed they sold other colors and stuff in it, so yeah, don't know, I haven't seen them, but that's the only color I've seen. I'm gonna go off camera and apply my mascara because I've like got the last like minute of battery left. So I am actually going to use the Colossal Big Shot Mascara and I will be right back. Okie dokie, so this is the final look. I put a bit of mascara on and this is not the mascara's fault whatsoever. But when I do my eyeliner, I have, particularly with this one, I have to be really careful not to get it all over my lashes. Otherwise it will like, you know, stick my lashes together, and it did that. It looked like I only had like 4 lashes on each eye, so I had to put some falsies on. I just used like one of my really cheap pairs from Wish and my little glue that I have, because obviously Maybelline doesn't sell lashes or lash glue, so those are the only non-Maybelline items I've worn. I put some mascara on my lower lashes and I also put my lip colour on. I just used this lip liner, which the stuff's all come off and it's silver writing on silver. I believe the lip liner is in the colour Rose. And then I just put this lipstick over the top. It's 535 Purely Nude, but it went like way too pale and just a really weird ashy colour. So over the top I applied just a really tiny bit of the colour Jolt just to like mix it all together. And now it's like an okay colour. That's just what I've chosen for at the moment. Probably for a different look, probably like this, I would use more like an actual pale, nice nude, which I can achieve. I just wanted to use this lip liner because I didn't even realise I had it. So this lip liner is probably the problem, but it was a good formula. It's nice and dry, like I like it. But yeah, this is like the best lip colour thing ever. Maybelline lip products are, in my opinion, hands down the best lip products you can get that are affordable. I, honest to God, would collect every Maybelline lipstick. If I could go and have just one brand of lip products for the rest of my life, it would be Maybelline. Their lip glosses are good. Their, like these, what are they called? Color Drama pencils are good. Their lipsticks are like the best formulas ever. Their lip glosses are nice. These Colour Jolt lacquers are like amazing. I absolutely love them. So, of course, I recommend every product that I just used in this video because I do like it. Even the ones I tried for the first time today. Obviously, I have to use them a bit more, but from a first impression, I do like them and would recommend them. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. The subscribe button's in the corner down there. My social media sites and these products are in the description down below. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!